It's us again. So for today, we're actually gonna talk about me.
By the way, we're wearing the same clothes that we have in another video. It's just the same day.
Yes.
In case you were wondering, if not, then yes, we're wearing the same clothes.
Yes. We don't wear it like the same clothes every day, but you know.
It's just the same day. If you happen to see this on the same day, that's why. If not, you're gonna see them on different days. Just we recorded it on the same day as the other video.
Yes. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about me. Well, you know, dude, those are my hot Cheetos.
You're talking.
Anyways, so the reason you see me wearing a lot of little hats, sometimes wigs or beanies, is because I got diagnosed with breast cancer back in August. So it's typically not a subject we like to talk about or anything, but it's just, you know, it's something that is out there. I got, like I said, diagnosed back in August. When they told us the news, it was just like I couldn't, well, me and my husband and our whole entire family couldn't wrap our heads around it. It was like, you're too young to even do that. You only see that in, like, you know, 40 plus years ladies. And
seeing it on TV is way different than experiencing it.
yeah. Or, you know, seeing like members or other families that say like, oh, my uncle has cancer and stuff like that. But it's like, you never thought, like, for me, like, I never thought I was going to have, especially at my age. But here I am. I got diagnosed in August. We did oncology consultation. We did surgery consultation. And we even did a fertility treatment. Due to the fertility treatment comes after I got diagnosed because the chemo that I'm getting is the strongest chemo that they could possibly give someone. So it's a 50-50 chance of, after everything being done, for me to even consider having a baby, well, technically on our own. So now when we found out,
Trust me, guys, this part, it gets awkward.
yes, tell them how we found out about it at the beginning.
About how we make it?
No, like how did we, you know, find out, like how did it all start?
About what?
How did we find out that I had cancer?
Oh, I thought we were talking about the fertility.
No.
Oh, you continue. I'll just say about the fertility.
Okay.
I'll give you my opinion about the fertility.
Right. Well, there was a lump in my chest. Well, not on my chest, on my breast, actually. And, you know, my husband actually found it.
I was her doctor exam.
So then after we, you know, my husband was like, and I was like, that's not normal, you know. So I made a doctor's appointment, and after making the doctor's appointment, they gave it to me in a week after, you know, we found it. But the lady, the receptionist was like, well, if somebody cancels, we will bring you in. So we're like, okay, cool. So somebody did ended up canceling that week, and then they scheduled me. And then I went in, and then my doctor was like, well, since we don't do mammograms at your age, I will do like a biopsy and a ultrasound. But he's like, oh, you know, he didn't even think it was going to be cancer either. It was just, he's like, it might just be, you know, milk that is there. You could just put like something hot and then it'll just go away. It might be calcium, or it just might be like a mass or something like that, right? But after that, we didn't know. I went to do the testings and everything, and then the doctor that did the biopsy called me, and she told me the result over the freaking phone. I never knew they do that.
That should be illegal.
So she called.
She still had to drive home.
So, you know, and I was at work, so I had to leave. You know, I was mentally, like, I was already like broken down when she told me the thing, because as soon as you hit cancer, the first thing that came into my mind, I'm like, my family, my 5-year-old, and I'm gonna die. Like, you know, did we got it on time? It's still, you know, like what stage and all that questions that she wasn't able to answer me. But yeah, she gave me the results.
But she gave her the results, yeah.
So then, you know, after that, it was appointment after appointment after appointment. We met with the surgeon. She was really, really amazing. And then she told us about the fertility treatment, and then we couldn't get a hold of them actually. And then I was like, okay, God, I'm like, if I'm meant to have children, you know, you're gonna somehow for them to call us, or like the next time I call, we're gonna get through this. And then they called me, you know. So we did maybe a 3-4 month treatment. We did it in 13 days.
Yeah.
13 days.
Because they wanted her to get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way really fast, because it was just like I had to start chemo right away.
Our doctor was nice enough to delay, even though they said that the cancer was growing at a fast rate.
80%.
He was nice enough and assured us that we should do this in case we wanted children in the future, and that everything would be okay if we did wait for the treatment. So he was nice enough to allow us to do that.
Yes. So strongest chemo they could possibly give someone, because my cancer is a triple negative, meaning like the HRE2 or whatever, all of that stuff.
There's no way to trace it and attack it with any normal chemotherapy.
Yeah, so when we started about talking about treatment, we didn't know if my cancer was going to react to it, if it was going to work, or if it was going to work. Like, we had no clue, because I did the genetic testings just in case, you know, it was something I was born with, and then during time, like, it just developed, or, you know, something like a cell that developed during time or whatever. Everything came back negative. Some of them unknown, but it came back leaning more towards negative. So we had no trace of where it came from. None of my family members have it or had cancer. So it was just like, I'm the first one, you know. So we started the treatment, and we're just like, okay, well, let's go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then, you know, I guess we try it, but we'll look for other options.
We went in blind, in other words.
So after maybe the second, third chemo, we started seeing, like, you know, my results, like the mass, like, start, like, not shrinking, but just like getting soft nerves.
Cancer basically for her was this hard bump in her breast. You could feel it. It felt like, you know, like
a rock. Like it was like a.
It was a hard thing, you know.
My tumor measured 11 cm, like centimeters. 11.
And that was just on the outside. It was still growing on the inside, going towards her heart.
Yes. So I started seeing results. So after the third chemo, they will measure it, and then it went down to a 7.
They actually started seeing results.
So we're like, okay, this treatment is working.
It's working, yeah.
So the first medication, I did 12 rounds of chemo. My last chemo was at the end of December, and then I started my new, my other medication, a round of new medication at the beginning of January, which it's the Red Devil one, and then I get another chemo after that, which I don't. Do you remember the name? No, right? I just remember the Red Devil one. So far, they can't measure my tumor anymore, so that's a good thing. So we might be able to save the boobie, but if we don't, then, you know,
it's all over.
As long as I live longer, you know, that's all that matters. So right now, we are at almost the end of chemo, because we only have one chemo left. Mark your calendars, people, because it's March 12th. So if we're able to record or blog, I'll make sure, you know, we'll record that last chemo for you guys. But that's the date of my last chemo. Then after that, the plan is to take about like 6 weeks, like a month or so, to fully recover from my last chemo, to get like my immune system up, my hemoglobin up, and all of that stuff up before surgery, and then do surgery, and then recover from surgery, and then finish off with radiation. So the radiation, like I said, the plan as of now, that's the plan as of now. But, you know, I'm very thankful that, you know, I have my husband, my friends, my family that been there with me since day one, since the day I got diagnosed.
She's being sincere, because everything that happened in the process, also her losing her hair, losing her appetite, losing her strength, her immunity, everything happened to her. You would see it. We would go to the consultations, you will see, you know, like, because cancer, supposedly, according to the doctors, is something that happens to older age ladies.
Like 40 plus
Yeah,
years.
so
like
we
it
would
doesn't
go
hit
to those
people like my age.
consultations, and you would see, you know, these 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old ladies, and then you see my girl, and, you know, they're like, what is she doing here? Like, it just felt weird being there in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have no eyebrows, no eyelashes. Like,
She's silky smooth.
like my hair, like, is completely gone. So for this, I had to, like, not just physically prepare myself, but mentally
Big time.
prepare myself, you know. But it's really, it's hard. It's really hard. Now I'm more tired than ever. It's finally, the chemo's finally, you know, catch up to me. But it's exhausting. Not just physically, but mentally, and not just me. It's also like my husband, my family. It's just, you know, overwhelming. So hopefully,
It's hard to believe that something that's going inside of her is physically and mentally draining her. You know, like, you see her on the outside, she looks fine, and that's her fighting it. But then, you know, like, you're like, why is she always tired? Why is she always, you know, like, why does she always want to be in bed or stuff like that? And, you know, you don't really notice that it's because of the chemotherapy.
Yeah, like the chemo's helping me kill, you know, bad cells, but it's also killing my good cells. So right now, hopefully after the treatment is done, we'll be able to, you know, conceive on our own, because they put a shot to every month at the end of the month to put my ovaries to sleep, to hopefully the chemo doesn't kill, you know, like, I guess my, what are those called, like my little egg cells or whatever, because you know how you ovulate.
Your reproductive system.
Yeah, what he said, my reproductive system. But if not, we'll have plan B where, you know, I'm not
We
able
have 14 kids somewhere in the world.
we have 14. No, somewhere in Florida or Texas.
Somewhere.
Or what state is empty? I don't even know. But they're somewhere. They're not here with us.
They're frozen somewhere right now, waiting patiently.
Yeah, but like the doctor said, hopefully we will be able to use our frozen embryos and we'll be able to conceive on our own. But if not, then I'll be able to still carry one and do it that way. Hopefully, like the doctor said, we don't need that plan. So if you guys see me wearing like different, well, I have two wigs, burgundy one, red wine, and then a black one. So
They're all cute.
so if you guys, yeah, but most of the time you'll see me wearing mostly like little, like cute little hats than the wigs, because I can't do the wigs for a long period of time. It's like I'm just being precautious of not getting sick, because once I get sick, it's basically here I go again to the hospital.
And trust me,
That's not fun.
no.
So I gotta keep up with my doctor's appointments after that and make sure everything's okay. But here I am, still not going anywhere.
Here we are still.
Here we are.
Standing strong.
Yes. Did it hit you hard when you found out I had cancer?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. The first thing that came to my mind was like, I'm gonna die. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for watching. Now you guys know why I be, you know, wearing a lot of beanie hats or. But anyway, guys.
Thanks for watching. Please leave a like.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And this is gonna be new, but if you end up watching the end of this video, like right now, as you're watching it, we're gonna start giving free giveaways.
So once we get to 20 subscribers,
we're gonna give some giveaways that we're getting over the mail. Well, of course, we'll be showing what it is. So subscribe, like the video, and expect more.
see you guys in our next video. Bye.